Everything I spit rare, we sounded that great. Area podcast, they talk about hip hop all the way in the UK, so they gon' get props. Ooh, let me catch it.
So what do we mean? That always catches me off guard, that noise, man. Never go. So what do we mean by aging? Maybe Sam, you can kick us off because this episode was your idea. So what does it mean for aging in hip hop?
So aging well is it's not really about the artist like getting older. It's more about the music lasting the test of time. And so there's a lot of music that is good in the moment, but then when you look back on it, it's not so good. And I feel like nowadays that's more happening where it's like music comes out, it's good for now, and then you listen to it a year later and you don't want to hear it. But way back when, 60s, 70s, maybe even 80s and 90s, you play that music now and it sounds good, it sounds fresh, it still has an effect or a feeling. And with hip hop being, well, maybe not so much now, but being the most popular genre of the early 2000s and maybe even up until a bit more recent days, I think it's been taken over by like Afro beats and all other kind of Latino sounds. But with it being the music of the time, we've got this kind of lens now where we can look back 5, 10, 15, 20, even 30 years now and go, was this good music or were we just enjoying it back then? So obviously we've got the classics, and the classics of any genre will stand the test of time. Your Wu-Tangs, NWAs, all that kind of stuff. That stuff's always going to be good because it was the stuff that started the genre. But at the moment, we've got artists that are still going, and we've got artists that are, either stopping or just doing features now, or artists that are completely retired and don't rap anymore. And I was just wondering, has their music aged well? Have they got better over time, or have they, arguably started in a bad place and got better? Like it's one of those ones where it's up for interpretation. And I haven't really put like a kind of years boundary on it. It could be something from a year ago, it could be something from 5 years ago. You know what I mean? It could be something from last cycle of hip hop where it was like, we've had the classic boom bap era, then we had the singy rap era. It could be from one of them eras. But has hip hop music aged well, or has this music aged well that we're going to be talking about? That's where the question came to my mind, because I was listening to old ASAP Rocky. I was like, this is still hitting. And I was listening to some old what's his name? I forgot his name. Kid Cudi. I was like, this has aged well, but his current music's not so good. So it's it's not about have they got better and are they still making good music now. Is it the music they made back then still good?
Yeah.
By our definitions.
Yeah, I'm with you. A question that came up to me when preparing for this was, and I'll elaborate on it more when it's my turn, but I started to distinguish the difference between influential and aging well. So like there's certain things that had a real impact, but you listen now and you're like, it's not quite hitting. From just like a aesthetic point of view, I mean.
Well, the prime example would be 808s and Heartbreaks, right? Without 808s and Heartbreaks, we don't have the current sound we have now. Is that album a good album that's aged well? I would say yes. But, it's still not like, if you played it to most people nowadays, they'd be like, why is he whining and moaning like this? It sounds horrible. It's like, where do you think Young Thug got it from? Where do you think, all your favorite little rappers got it from? Do you know what I mean? That's where it started, was
sure.
there.
Yeah. Anyone else got any thoughts on like what the term aging means in music?
Okay, nice quick episode.
No, I think I think you guys pretty much summed it up, really. I think that not much needs to be said, but I can just definitely just kind of just agree and go along with that point. So yes, when it ages well, it can stand the test of time in generations. You can have kids, grandkids, or co-workers, or people different kind of eras still enjoying the music. Or you may have really loved a song when you was a kid and then it happened to come upon your shuffle, or you might hear it in a party or at your friend's house. You're like, oh my God, this song's... I remember why I love this song. Do you know what I mean? Those kind of moments, I think, tells you when a song ages well. Obviously, if you hear it in the radio constantly at parties, that's the answer right there as well. But also that feeling it gives you when you hear it again. If you're not desensitized to it, if it doesn't make you want to skip, I think that tells you that it's really resonated with you and it means something.
Sure.
I also think it determines the quality of the music. I mean, if you're still playing like a song, an album, or like even just a standard verse, like 15, 20 years from now, like you can just tell that just it stands alone and it's just quality. I think the aging kind of defines how good music is made now, because there's a lot of music now that people can just throw out, and then you'll listen to it 2, 3 years later and you think, man, I was really vibing to this, or you really deep the lyrics and you think this is just like a load of nonsense. Whereas those standalone verses or standalone songs that had such an impact on your life, you're thinking this still hits now and it still makes, like, gives you the same sort of feeling now. I think with aging, and if it ages well, like you still get those same feelings that you get when you listen to it the first time, and that's like a real, like a sort of indicator of how good or how much quality the song, album, verse, whatever it is given to you. I think it's a good indicator to determine how well the music is made, to be honest.
For sure. For
I was
sure.
also going to say, sometimes when something gets released in the past, then like, I don't know, maybe we're not ready for it as well. In some ways, like Yeezus was one of those ones. For me, like I got that instantly, but I know for a lot of people, they weren't feeling it at the time. But we just, for people that knew, they knew this was going to age well, and it did, right? There's a lot of amazing tracks and a lot of amazing sonics on there. You could arguably say it's Kanye's last great album as well. So I think there's examples like that where at the time it came out too soon. I guess like Stankonia's often used as an example of that as well. The Outcast album, where it's like very forward thinking. It did well at the time on a commercial level, but the art on that it's as relevant today as it was back then.
But to be fair, like to follow on from that, with a single like Miss Jackson, that's probably what lured people in it. But when they dug into the album, they were probably like, "Oh, this is a bit weird, a bit left field." But I 100% agree with Stankonia. Yeah, Yeezus too, but that CD case did not age well. That CD case
It's ahead of its time. You don't know.
That red sticker still hits.
Long-term listeners may have heard my rant about that in the past. Anyway. Okay, shall I kick us off?
Do it.
Cool.
Give us a second.
Okay.
Hang on. We got a sound for this. No, I'm joking. We don't.
No.
We don't have a sound for this.
Oh, so you got me panicking.
Oh yes.
Okay, that's the one. Just to give the listeners a bit of a heads up, we're each coming with something a little different as an example of hip hop that has aged well. And my pick is a song, and after a lot of thought, I've gone for the Notorious B.I.G. Trigger Warning, Suicidal Thoughts. That's my one.
That's a depressing pick, but yeah, strong pick. Give me a second.
No, I like it. I like it.
Let me.
So there's two reasons. The first one's obviously
listen to it.
Oh, we're going to listen to it. Okay.
Yeah, it's a song, so we've got to listen to it. Come on, yeah.
Okay.
I don't think anyone's listened to that song
Apologies in advance.
recently. Huh?
Apologies in advance. It's not exactly cheery, is it?
Nah, man. This is one of the ones that I had to memorize as a kid.
It's iconic, though,
so
isn't
sad.
it?
That's really sad.
The words had to.
Yeah, man. Wow. I think it's probably
So
like
got me
five.
through.
There's 5 B.I.G. songs, and this is one of them that I learned. So, yeah.
Wow.
There's a good remix of this song as well.
Okay, so Sean, you said you had 2 reasons why you picked that track. I wonder if you could share those 2 reasons with us.
Yeah. The first one's an obvious one, is the content. Look, Big one, the first rapper to speak on mental health and be vulnerable. I think you go as far back as like Grandmaster Flash and Tupac and to be honest with you, the person or the artist that I was thinking of picking at first was Scarface, or like more specifically the Ghetto Boys. My mind playing tricks on me. But this is when it came to the whole thing about like what's influential and then what's aged well. And that Ghetto Boys song, I thought, look, this had a lot of impact on the scene. But if you listen to it now, it sounds of its time. And that's what separated it with this track. And bringing it to the other reason is it's the beat. Like if I didn't know that song, right, and you just took Big's vocals off, you took off Puff's ad libs, and suddenly you popped it on like a Conway album or Boldy James or something like that, and I didn't have the credits in front of me, I'll be thinking it's like a Derringer beat or an Alchemist beat or like a producer that's influenced by them. Like it's the minimalism and the atmosphere and all that. So that was the kind of two main reasons for me in picking that one. But like to go back to the content, I think if you think about the lineage from them, whether it's DMX or Atmosphere or Wayne, Cuddy, Kendrick, Earl, I can keep going on, Mac Miller, and then you think about like the more recent sort of generation of artists, people like XXX, Tentacion, and Juice World, and Uzi, and all that. Like this content, as you know, as raw and as vulnerable as it is not out of place at all today, especially today. So yeah, that's why I went for this one.
Okay. Well, it is a very, relevant song. I think not any teenager, but any young person can listen to that and have those kind of similar feelings, or would have had similar feelings and similar thoughts. It's a dark song, is to have suicidal thoughts, all that kind of stuff. But it is something that is going to be an ongoing problem. It's not like you're going to be able to cure people from having doubts about who they are and what they should be doing and all that kind of stuff. I wonder, Neil, if you could explain to us why that song resonated with young you so much.
I think it was just so different to all the other hip hop or rap songs that I've been hearing. It was just the opening line it just captures you. See things of, hold on, who says that? Do you know what I mean? Everything's all about boasting and showing off and what have you. And like, what's he talking about? And to be honest, at that age, I didn't understand the concept of committing suicide and all that. So to me, it didn't have the same meaning as it maybe for an older set is. So it ages well for me, because as you get older, you can kind of maybe have a bit more empathy and kind of have a bit more understanding to the suicide and depression and the effects it has on people and how serious it can get. And I like the concept of it, like with Puffy calling him as well. It was kind of like a scene, like in a movie or something. Do you know what I mean? Like a musical. Like imagine that being a musical. So yeah, that was just amazing for me at the time.
That's a good point. I never thought of it like that. It's pretty cinematic, isn't it? And hip hop. I mean, from then on, there's so many examples, but I can't think of many before 1994 that sounded that conceptual and cinematic, especially. So that's a really good point. To go off piece a little bit, like Neil, you said something that hits the nail on the head. It's like the way he starts that line. Oh, sorry, that song. That to me is what separated Big from his peers at the time. Is just like when I think about like New York hip hop, especially at that moment. Like, there's two artists around that time that were kind of the next big thing that everyone was like, all the buzz was around. It's Big and Nas, right? And don't get me wrong, you know how I all feel about Illmatic and Nas in general, especially at that time. And Nas to me was always like the purest kind of, lyricist, hip hop through and through, this and that. Big was like the more commercially friendly one with, tracks like Juicy and Big Papa and all this. And I see his lineage as like the likes of LL Cool J and Big Daddy Kane. Like that's kind of like what he comes from. But what to me separated him from them, but also like even Nas and members of the Wu and whoever else was like the top guys in New York at that time, is he was saying things like, I don't want to live no more. Sometimes I hear death knocking at my front door. Things like that. No one was really talking like that explicitly about these troubles. So yeah, man. Still, it still fucks me up a little bit thinking that he made 2 albums and he was 24 when he passed. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Mad influence, and a lot. And it's not even just this song. A lot of his music still hits today.
Yeah,
Facts.
yeah. He's one of the few artists that are. Timeless. And in the conversation we're having here, I'm sure whenever someone has an entry into hip hop, whether that's through one of the newer artists or some of the older ones, they'll come across Notorious B.I.G. or Biggie and they'll go, wow, this guy was amazing. And then they'll find out how he passed, very early on and be like, damn, you know what I mean? We missed out on a great one.
I think that's one of the things with Biggie. Like he's just so sharp, because even like Tupac and Scarface, like you said, they had these deep lyrics as well, soul searching ones. But Biggie's he's just so sharp that it cuts you. Just even just one line, it's like, no one said it that blunt to me.
Yeah, vivid. And just to give a bit more insight, the Tupac track that I was thinking of was Shed So Many Tears, which I think came out like maybe a year after this one. But again, I listened to it, amazing track, but I was like, this one could live today, whether it's the content, whether it's the aesthetics, the concept, everything. But yeah, there's plenty of examples out there of like artists that were talking vulnerable. Yeah, but again, you hit the nail on the head as well. Sharp, like very very clear. So that's me.
Yeah, no, that's a good first pick, and obviously the song choice is a bit crazy, but I think we could kind of lump artists like Biggie Smalls into the hip hop that's aged well, you know, and it comes from the classic era of hip hop, you know, when the '90s gangster rap was big, but Biggie was doing it different. So you know, congrats on picking that one, Sean. That's a great pick. And flowing on to someone who's actually a lot more modern in the content they have spoken about and they are speaking about, and even, you know, being open about their sexuality and all this kind of stuff. For me, I've picked Tyler the Creator. And arguably, I know people that listen to Tyler now might not listen to the original Tyler stuff, you know, the Bastard, Goblin, Wolf trilogy. But when I went back through those albums, I was like, there's at least one song on each album for me that I think is like timeless, that you could play in 15, 20 years time. People go, who is that? And you go, it's Tyler the Creator. And obviously for me in more recent albums, Tyler's been making that timeless music. Igor has at least 3-4 songs that are timeless. And on the more recent
100%.
album as well, there's songs that are timeless. But for me, if you go through Wolf, there's a great song on there called Tree Home that's got Erykah Badu. That's a great song. On Goblin, there's songs like what's it called? Analog.
She's so good.
Analog,
so good as
all
well,
those.
yeah.
But there's lots of concepts and cool kind of like artistic bits on there. Obviously, Bastard's a bit of a weird one because you have to listen to the whole thing to understand what's going on. But there's great beats on there, timeless beats. Call Me If You Get Lost. There's always the song with the slash in it, which is the same with Flower Boy. Any song with a slash in it means it's got 2 parts to it. So there's like Safari / something else or whatever else. And Flower Boy as well, great entry point. But a lot of people would argue that Tyler is an artist, and I'm like, he's actually a rapper. Like he's always got rap going on in his albums, and it's proved in albums like Cherry Bomb, sorry, where there's, you know, songs like Smuckers and all that kind of stuff, where there's like proper rapping going on. So yeah, my pick for artists or hip hop that's aged well is Tyler the Creator, and I think he's currently leading the forefront of what rap is and could be. It's, you know, it's a form of self-expression. It's about poetry. It's about storytelling, and yeah, he's doing a great job. Obviously, you know, Cherry Bomb was a low point, but since Cherry Bomb, we've had 3 great albums, and you know, that's enough for me to redeem a career and keep him in that aging well kind of place.
That's an interesting pick because you could like argue that there's certain songs or albums or just aspects to Tyler that haven't aged well as well. But
Well, this is
but
what
I
I'm
agree
saying.
with you.
He's
that's why I
matured
said-
as well.
Yeah. So there's a lot of growth there for sure. But I was just going to say that the one thing I'd say about Bastard is that I don't think it really gets credit for being one of those first, like, you know, when mixtapes kind of changed from being mixtapes to free albums, like people were actually putting together bodies of work, because Bastard was free, wasn't it? You could just download that, right? Yeah. And I know like Wale gets some like you know, rightly so credit for that with things like the mixtape About Nothing and Cuddy's tape before the first album, stuff like that. But Bastard was like 2009, and people were getting a free album. Like it's kind of crazy. And then by the mid
The whole Ted Bundy thing
2010s,
as well. There was an interesting kind of take on, like, you know, the whole serial killer vibes and all that kind of stuff. It was different, man. People want to say
when you said she, I was like, that's a weird one.
Well, this is the thing. It's about concepts. We all loved Eminem when he was doing a concept, but when Tyler did it, well, not at the time, but in retrospect, when he got banned from the UK, it's for saying things. It's like, well, is Eminem banned from the UK? Do you know what I mean? Like, what are we banning people based on?
Really good point. Yeah.
Wait, he was banned from the UK?
Banned from the UK for those
May.
albums, the first 2 albums.
Oh shit! Okay.
Which is so wild when you say that, because it's so true. Because all he was doing was just like testing and exploring himself as an artist, whereas Eminem was allowed to get away with like straight murder sometimes. I only need to mention the song Kim, and that's a joke. Like you can make a song like Kim, and then you can just get away with stuff like that. It's mad.
I agree, but you know what I think it is? I think it's because M's white.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
you don't have to do
No,
that.
it is. It is. No, I know it is. I wasn't even trying. No, I noticed that. I noticed that. It's just one of those. It's just ridiculous.
We're not saying being white is an excuse to allow you to do whatever you want, but that's why Eminem was allowed to do what he's doing.
I'm not gonna say because
And Eminem said that himself, innit? Eminem said that, too, I think, in certain songs. But it's a day and age as well. Like Eminem came out around that new metal period. American Pie was like the big film. All that kind of that energy, Woodstock '99, all that stuff. It was a different time. But no, for sure, Eminem got away with a lot of things based on just simply the fact.
I'll put this out there. Tyler never shied away from what he said or did in them days. He was like, I was young, I was doing a thing. I've since changed. If you listen to my more recent albums, I'm not doing any of that. And he's like, also, it wasn't ever serious. He's like, I wasn't really doing any of that. I was just talking on a concept, enjoying the concept. And then, obviously the band got lifted and all that kind of stuff. But I definitely think there were parents out there that were like, don't listen to Tyler the Creator. It's going to encourage you to do bad things. And it's like, no, it's just like skate culture and, typical, what's it called? Like rebellious culture, like punk and all that kind of stuff. It's just an outlet for kids. And I think the people that have aged with Tyler, much like us, I'm not saying I was anything like what he was when we were younger. It was just good music. The people that have aged with Tyler have got to see an artist progress from a very raw state. But then if you keep it in the back of your mind that he was always producing all these beats on every album. So you can hear the elements of production evolving. You can hear him getting better at the piano. You can hear him picking out better singers and deciding not to sing for himself because he would always pitch his vocals down because he hated how he sounded and all his voice. And it's like now he's more confident singing how he's singing, even in songs like Earthquake where he's singing in this weird falsetto voice. Do you know what I mean? It's interesting to see an artist go from where they were to where they are now. Like even so much so now, my mum listens to Igor, not the whole album, but she listens to the song "Are We Still Friends?" And I don't know how she came across it, but she's like, "This is a great album. It sounds like one of the songs from like back in the day." And I'm like, "You know what? You should listen to the whole album." She's like, "No, I don't want to listen to any more of it." I'm like, "Okay, well, at least she's got that one song." But yeah, I think anybody who is looking for a representation of modern hip hop styles or modern hip hop artists, Tyler the Creator is a great example of that, and he's got a career that's now spanned almost 15 years, and I'm sure it's going to go on to 20, 30 years if he doesn't do what I call a Donald Glover and go, I'm killing off this character, or I'm stopping making music.
It's true though. Like even I feel like his breakout song Yonkers is a certified hip hop classic track. No doubt.
The beat is crazy. The beat is absolutely crazy. I know people used to freestyle on that beat quite a lot back in the early 2010s.
Yeah, that was a track I was thinking of actually, with like early tracks that to this day sound that they can live in. You think about a lot of the industrial sounds now, the sort of heavy hardcore production that certain artists out there are, doing well or trying to do well. Yonkers is
the video as well. You want to talk about videos that broke the internet? That one broke the internet because he ate a beetle and all this kind of stuff and hung himself in it. Like it's very, very conceptual, very strange.
Even like the way his wordplay is just insane on it. So it's like so Lil Wayne style.
I don't know if you've heard the story that he's told about why he made that song, but he was like, I want to try and make the most New York type of music I could ever make. And that's what came out as Yonkers, which is, crazy that he's able to kind of transport himself out of his current like locality, which was, still a very big major hip hop hub of Los Angeles, and go, I want to make a New York rap sounding stuff but for myself. And he did it. It's a great beat. Great lyrics. It's a bit dark towards the end, but it still works for me.
Yeah. That's an interesting pick.
Yeah, but following on from that, we've got Kieran, who has picked a verse, which is a very interesting thing to pick because not only you saying like bin the rest of the song, it's just the one verse from this one person.
No, to be fair, the whole song is good, but it's more this first verse. It feels so prophetic, like every bar in it has basically come true. And yeah, to be honest, I it's interesting because I would have picked this pick if we did this podcast like 2 years ago as well, like during COVID, because when I put this song on, I was like, what the hell's going on? Like the world actually feels as apocalyptic as this song is describing. It's Streets on Fire by Lupe Fiasco.
Oh,
You
that
can
is a
listen to
big
it
song.
if people haven't heard it in a while.
Yeah, we'll
But
play that.
I haven't
like,
heard it, so please.
transport
heard
it
this
back
song?
to.
Oh,
Try and
man.
think about COVID when you listen to it. Like, it's insane.
Classic,
That
classic
first
Lupe.
verse.
I remember listening to this as a kid, be like, "This is it. This is the one." That was around the time where I was saying to myself, Lupe Fiasco is going to be the next big rapper to come out of the scene. I was like, damn, Lupe's that guy. But somewhere between the cool and now, I don't know, he fell off. We won't say exactly when, but it's Jogger's Wave.
Oh my god, man.
Yeah,
No,
Kieran, talk
he
to me
definitely
about
was
that.
on top of the world. He was touching the sky at one point, wasn't he?
Oh, there we go.
But
Wow.
I picked that track because. And the thing is, it is the verse because I'm not gonna lie. The second verse, I don't know what he's talking about. He goes into that bag where he's being so cryptic that I just couldn't pick. It's like you could win that verse in a way because that first verse though, I swear like when I listened to it it was COVID, I was getting full body goosebumps. Like what is going on in the world? There was a point during COVID where I felt like the world was ending. I don't know what was going on, and the fact that like. I don't know. We touched some reality of what this verse is talking about. That's why I picked it. I felt like it felt prophetic. I don't know if it was based on the olden day plagues that used to happen, but it just that wasn't happening at the time he wrote it. I'm just so confused. It's very like modern and very futuristic as well, but it feels like we're in that future right now that he was talking about.
Yeah. Do you know what? Listening to the lyrics, hearing that chorus, and then looking at the album cover as well whilst we were listening, I was getting lost, man. I'm like trying to figure out what's this symbol and like what does that mean? No, it is. You're right. On that first verse, it's literally every single line is like you could apply it to COVID, to like modern day politics on social media and all these different things. It's quite incredible, man. And the song itself still sounds great. The way it builds, I love the way it builds.
Yeah, and it's got
I
the
even-
elements of
yeah.
boom bap, boom bap. Jesus Christ, boom bap. That is, really interesting there as well. But the driving drum beat kind of keeps you going through it with the nice little chorus as well. Yeah, I agree. That song has aged well. That whole album as well, actually, for me, the cool
Oh,
has
for
aged
sure.
quite
Yeah,
well.
Oh,
It
it's
has,
aged
hasn't it?
massively well.
Yeah, I love that album.
I really liked it just from the first listen. That was amazing, man.
Have you listened to
Right.
Lupe Fiasco, the Cool, before?
Nope.
You should listen
Wow.
to it.
That's
It's
good.
a
It's
great
a, it's a
hip-hop
classic
album.
album. It's a fantastic album.
For a
For
treat.
me, it
Fantastic.
captures the 2010s in a way that I can't really describe because it was released like 2007, 2008. So I was kind of listening to it in high school or secondary school, and you had songs like Paris, Tokyo, which is like a
Fantastic.
great kind of kickback, relaxed song. You have a big
Superstar.
pop song in Superstar. You got songs like Go Go Gadget Flow, where you're hearing someone rapping away. That for me back then, I'd never heard
Yeah.
someone rap like that before. But as well, the whole album as a concept is strong. So strong. I'm not sure if
Okay.
that's the one where he's got Dumb It Down as well, actually, where he talks
Oh,
about
that's the
people
one.
Yeah.
You know that one, okay?
Yeah.
Dumb It Down was like a great exercise of him going like, you guys are doing too much, just dumb it down, or else people aren't gonna listen to it, Yeah, hip hop saved my life as well. There's just so many songs on the
my
album, which I
goodness,
genuinely
man.
think
Little Weapon. It's correct.
Yeah.
That whole album has actually aged well. It's true.
If
But
you're
I don't know.
listening-
This song that I felt,
I was gonna say if
You've
you're
got to
listening to
watch
that
on that
album,
as well.
you can't go wrong.
Yeah.
Go
Say
watch
it
is
again?
on it.
Yeah, Gold Watch is on there as well. Honestly, this album's you reminded me of all of these amazing songs. I'm gonna have to revisit it again. It's
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
man.
spoiled
So
for
those
choice
ones,
back
isn't
then
it?
because you got to remember the barrier to entry back then was still high. Like you had to be signed to a record label to be heard, at least over here. Do you know what I mean? There was no kind of like, oh, I can drop stuff online and then it's going to pop off. It's like you still had to have some element of commercial machine behind you, and Lupe had that. Obviously, a couple years down the line, we've got people like J Cole, for me, who came up straight off a mixtape because I was listening to the mixtape. Wayne's in his mixtape era for whatever reason. I assume now it's because Birdman was keeping his albums behind and all that kind of stuff. But back then, hip hop was in an interesting place where some of it was shit and some of it was like amazing. I'm not sure what
Yeah.
Jay-Z was doing back then. Would that be the Blueprint era for Jay-Z? Not too
American
sure.
Gangster.
American
Kingdom Come,
Gangster.
American Gangster,
So,
yeah.
if you look at the biggest people in the game versus what Lupe dropped then, it's on par with that kind of stuff, if not above it, for lyrical ability. And
I
all
think
that
this
kind of
this
stuff.
album's a bit underrated. I feel like it could definitely be rated as one of the best. The way it's got pop singles, but
It went
doesn't
triple
tarnish the
platinum in my
quality.
iPod. I'm telling you, I listen to the whole thing every day. I listen to that thing all day, every day. Like it was, you couldn't tell me nothing about that. It was the best.
Oh, Graduation came out that year. Just because you said can't tell me nothing. So.
Yeah, well, there you go. But you see the level of what's coming out and making it over here as well. And obviously, we had grime going on back then, but no one. Well, I don't think anyone today is saying there's any grime tracks in particular that have aged well. There's definitely beats that have aged well. There's beats. Don't do that, Neil. Neil's looking at me like I'm crazy. I know what I'm saying because I've always been of this argument. Some of the stuff that came out back then was so like grassroots levels in mixing and songwriting that it's not for me hitting the criteria I need for something that I'm going to listen to again and again. But the beats are crazy. Some of the beats you got out of that period, timeless. Like I don't even remember what it's called, but it's that one with that woman singing where she's like, ooh, ooh.
Oh, that's classic. I Spy that will live forever. That will live
money,
forever.
more paper.
I'm sorry. That song,
you play
20
that
years
beat
from now.
anywhere.
Oh, Jesus.
You play that beat
that's
anywhere in
what I'm
the
trying
UK, that beat is a crazy thing to play because it has like an energy attached to it.
Yeah.
But that right there is that's a timeless beat. That's a timeless,
It is timeless.
beat.
20 years from now, we're still going to
I
be
don't know
like
about the
having the
song.
same reaction, man.
Everyone who knows that beat doesn't know the actual first lyrics where he goes, I'm calm, I got the devil in my pop. No one knows that. You know what I mean? I do, but they don't. So yeah, I think the thing is with Lupe's album and Lupe as a whole, he's much in my eyes come full circle because Samurai was actually a really good album and that only came out a couple months ago. So
finally some positive notes.
he had to come back, you know. But the thing is, when I've got an opinion about an artist, I'm more than happy to share it, whether it's good or bad. And for me, for a long time, I was not trying to hear Lupe, and it's because I was burnt from having him set up so high to him dropping so low. So
yeah,
it's unfortunate.
I actually think I feel like at this point, Lupe's got more great projects than duds. Like if you think about his more recent run, like Sam, I'm still convinced that you're confusing Drogas Wave with Drogas Light.
I think he is.
Drogas is Drogas, bro.
No, man. Drogas Wave is
all that
fire.
rubbish. I don't want to hear none of that.
I think you're thinking of Drogas Light. I think Sean's right.
I stick to my opinions, yeah.
You know what it is, Sam? I feel like you just cancelled the whole 2010s for Lupe.
It was
any album in that decade.
You got to imagine, as a kid, I'm coming up and I'm going, Food and Liquor, amazing. The Cool, amazing. Lasers, what the fuck is this? Do you know what I mean? I wanted to listen to it. I tried to force to listen. Terrible. Drogas Wave, terrible. Drogas Light, terrible.
But you're missing so many albums in between. You've missed so many albums in between after that.
Doesn't matter,
come on, man.
I did what I had to do to get to where I need to get to.
If Lupe's, I'm gonna be polite. Lupe's questionable albums to me. You got Lasers, you got Food and Liquor 2, and you got Drogas Light. All the others.
The thing is, even Food and Liquor 2 has some great tracks on it, right?
It does have some good tracks, but the album as a whole is not that great. You have to be honest. Is that?
I don't know. He's come back now with Samurai, so shout out Lupe.
Drill Music in Zion as well.
Drill Music in Zion is fire, man. That's what I can't believe
might be
you've
my
been
favourite
hating on
Lupe.
that album
I
time
can't lie.
before. That album's incredible.
It's a joke.
It's not about you can't believe it.
It's
I have my
incredible.
opinions.
I
This
know,
show is all
but
about
come
opinions.
on,
If we all had the same opinion, it would be a boring show. You know what I mean? But anyway,
Can I just give when we were talking about I Spy, there's a producer from the UK that their production around that time, 2007 as well, that doesn't get enough love is Plastician or Plastic Man. Do you remember Intensive Snare with Skepta? Oh.
Yeah. There's a lot of great UK producers, and I think for a time we had better producers than we had artists, and obviously now the two have kind of met up in the middle, and we've been the forefront of a lot of waves. Even if we stole the drill wave from Chicago and Chief Keef, we've definitely improved the sound, bettered the sound, so much so that Pop Smoke was inspired by some of our rappers, and vice versa, and you know what I mean. So it came full circle.
We have a younger scene as well, though, don't we?
Yeah.
What do you mean we have a younger scene?
So like if we're saying hip hop started what do people say, like 79?
1965 is what you said. No, I'm joking.
No.
There's all sorts of
73 or something.
I don't see. That's what I mean. So let's just say it's around.
Whenever the
around that
Sugar Hill
time.
gang dropped that hip hop, hibbida hop, that rubbish.
Like I know we had UK hip hop, and I don't want to like discredit what came before, but like I feel like like real credible rap music from this country came from the grime scene, and that's like early 2000s.
Yeah.
It's like
Not the
it's a
90s.
younger
Yeah,
it's a younger genre in that sense, and then whatever spurred from that. But
Who did Return of the Mac? What's that guy's name?
Mark
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 Morrison.
Morrison.
He's the
Mark
first
Morrison,
UK rapper to blow. He's British.
No way, really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you don't know
British.
that?
Yeah, of course he's
British,
You didn't know
yeah,
he was
yeah.
British?
No, never.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Never.
no, he's British. Well, I guess you did. I know. Oi,
Yeah.
I did. Oi,
That's
come
why
on.
I didn't know he was British.
No, yeah, he's
No,
British.
he's
I
the
remember-
first UK rapper to blow up.
I remember like
Wow.
playing the CD with that because my dad had the CD, and I remember playing that, and he was playing it non-stop. It's like Return of the Mac. Yeah, it's banging off.
Oh yeah, that song's hard. That's the best song.
that's
in the world.
timeless.
yeah,
That is
that's
pure
timeless.
timeless.
that intro.
Trust me.
Wow.
But yeah. No. Speaking about timeless UK rap, I take it back. We had Mark Morrison or whatever his name is. That song's hard. That song's got something laced in it, bro. You can play that. Everyone's got a feeling towards that song. For me, it's just, you know what I mean? I'm just there like, wow. I'm feeling what he's saying. It hits me differently. But yeah, genuinely,
Oh my.
yeah, you're shocked. Genuinely, I think where we're at the moment with having a song, an artist, and a verse, I would like to kind of push the conversation over to Neil, who's got something which is a definite hip hop staple, mixtapes. And I want to kind of give a brief history of my experience with mixtapes. It all started off with Dat Piff, and Kieran can be like with me on this one. We would go on Dat Piff, look at what was top 10 or top 5 that day, download them and start listening to them all and be like, that's rubbish, that's good, that's rubbish, that's good. And then we'd find a whole bunch of random artists genuinely way before they were anybody. Like we were listening to J. Cole the same week it came out and go like, who is this guy? He's the best. And obviously Kanye back then was doing a lot of mixtape stuff, songs that have never come out. Way before he was doing Good Friday, Kanye was dropping mixtapes of songs, and these weren't leaks. They were official mixtapes, which are like a weird kind of middle ground
Even
between
the
an
one in my
album
head's like,
and a leak.
Currency Pilot Talk. I remember
Yeah.
that was just going
Yeah.
off on Dat Piff.
So that's my brief history of mixtapes. Is like they were full projects that were free, but also not good enough to be classed as an album or whatever, the way people wanted to class it. But Neil's picked a mixtape as his hip hop that's aged well. I'm curious what mixtape he's picked.
Yeah. So this one's kind of like a full circle moment. So I'm kind of excited to say this person. So my choice is Detroit by Big Sean.
Classic pick.
Oh,
That's a classic pick.
Yeah.
That is. Well, I haven't heard his new album yet, but yeah, Big Sean Detroit. That mixtape is amazing.
Well, it's out on
Yeah,
Friday,
real.
isn't it?
Exactly.
Listeners' discretion. Big Sean's
Yeah,
album's out on Friday.
It's out Friday, you're right, yeah. So
Whenever this drops.
it's funny, with everything that's going on with Big Sean, his upcoming releases, his singles and stuff, I was talking to a friend of mine and we was talking about his catalogue and why he doesn't get so much the shot he gets and stuff like that. And then my friend just reminded me of Detroit and I put that on and oh my God, from that first song.
This
I was
mixtape as
like,
well.
what the
It's got
hell?
features from two of the goats.
Yeah.
Two of the
You
goats
got
on
J.
there.
Cole,
Yeah,
He's
Kendrick's
got
on
Kendrick
there.
Lamar.
He's
Janae
rapping
Aiko,
on the
you got
tracks.
Chris Brown,
Royce the
Tiger.
5'9". It's packed. To me, it's an album.
This is the thing.
But it's really packed and it's versatile as well. It's not just all it's not just all one sound. I think he shows his range in this. He gives you the slow, kind of conscious, and it gives you a journey to what's going on in his mind. I feel like Sean's great at inviting you into his mind and sharing his thoughts and letting you be part of his world, as well as giving you the club bangers and the fun one-liners and the metaphors and similes. But he's really good at kind of like making you feel part of what he's going through. And yeah, man, his rapping ability in it as well is crazy. Oh my goodness, it is beautiful to see, and then to see obviously coming full circle now. He's getting he's getting a lot more praise and kind of respect and admiration. He's clearing up things because he's more vocal. It's just nice, and I hope he gets all the praise and more. But yeah, this mixtape, it's brilliant.
No.
Absolutely brilliant.
Sorry, it's all being recorded in the background.
There's a first
okay.
time for everything, you know.
Standouts for me would be Higher, 24 Carats of Gold. We've got, what else is it? Moolah, 100. Yeah, and I'm gonna be, but yeah, there's loads, and I love the stories they have in it. That's the skits. So you have the stories with by Common, Jeezy,
Snoop Lion at the time.
Snoop Lion at the time.
Snoop
exactly.
Lion. Did
You
that
know what
age
I mean?
well?
No, that's gone. That's
Yeah,
gone.
that
The
was
dread
terrible.
stayed, but the Snoop Lion died quick.
Yeah. He could keep as an alias,
Yeah.
but so yeah, I love it. I absolutely love it. And
I like Snoop Lion. I can't lie.
Snoop Lion.
Felt a bit too much like a joke for me.
Aye, that was terrible.
Because a dog and a lion aren't even the same species of animal. You know what I mean? When I went from canine to feline, it made no sense.
Wow, I didn't think of it like that. Oh, shit.
That's what hit me about it. Anyway, sorry, carry on.
He's a trans rapper. Like,
No. Oh no. Oh,
Mate, it's there. It's there.
yeah, but
Oh
no,
my
this
God.
mixtape, you're right in saying that this mixtape had a lot of good songs on it. It also had a lot of producers that we are now celebrating. It had Hit Boy on there, had Southside. Obviously, Lex Luger was quite big back then as well. Key Wayne, I don't know what happened to Key Wayne recently, but I haven't been hearing his name so much. But this mixtape for me, when it came out, I remember pressing play on it. I just got to my uni accommodation. And I was like, let me play something. I was like, oh yeah, this Big Sean mixtape. And I played it. I was like, the first song literally took me to another planet. The way that beat was hitting, it was crazy. And then obviously I'm like unpacking all my stuff, all that kind of thing. And the hour of that album or project went by. But I was like, this is a good project. And from then till like 2014, I'd play a lot of that album or mixtape all the time. But it fell out of rotation for me because I stopped listening to music on an iPod and it wasn't on streaming up until recently. So,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, he re-released it, didn't he?
For me, Big Sean back then was like, he couldn't miss. He was like a cheat code. And on that track as well, I was like, nah, Big Sean's actually a great rapper.
He's got a lot of good features though. Like that
does.
what you showed just reminded me. He's crazy.
But this is from the same time period. This is like 2012, 2013 time where, for me, Big Sean was meant to be next up then. You can put aside all his weird kind of pop attempt tracks, but he's always been a great rapper. And I think, you know, to bring the conversation back to what it's meant to be about aging well, it seems like he's done pretty good. Do you know what I mean? From then till now, 10 plus years in the game, he's still a good rapper. I didn't mind his last album, actually. I forget the name of it, but it was a good little album.
What,
Detroit 2.
Detroit 2, yeah. There you
Detroit
go.
2 is fire. Yeah. But that song
That's the thing,
Higher.
that Detroit 1 and Detroit 2 are just
They're amazing though, aren't they? But
good.
it was actually the definition of aging well, because listening to Higher again, bloody hell, man, that brought me right back to my uni times when my housemate put me on.
you were bouncing the
Yeah, because honestly, it put me. Like I was in my housemate's room, and he was like, "Look, I need to put you on Big Sean," and he played Detroit, and I remember Higher coming on, and we were just like getting ready to go out, and I had that same memory, and it just shows you how amazing that song is, because that's exactly what it said at the beginning, and it's just phenomenal. That mixtape has aged like a fine wine. I have to go back to it because I was just like, I was vibing. I was back in that like uni room. I was like ready to go out again, man. Flipping hell, that was sick.
The
Can I
first
just
line
say-
as well. The opening line is crazy. Where he goes, my, as the world turn. Today, if I
yeah.
don't earn, best believe I'm going to learn. It's like, it's so motivational. It's like,
Yeah.
you could listen to that song every day and you'll
Come
get
on.
going. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Especially in uni
man.
times.
Yeah.
Especially in uni times. Can I just say that for the listeners to give a bit of insight, that was the best collective headbanging since we listened to since we listened to DMX, Who We Be. Do you remember that? Honestly, I wish we had a recording of that. We were like nearly headbutting the screen.
the heads were banging with that one.
This one was more like side to side. Every now and then someone would like freeze and it would be all blurred like that. Some rap songs cover it was like but yeah, man, I enjoyed that. Every time I looked up there were just heads just like
Yeah, that song does something, man. That song
Yeah, I
and
was
that
in
whole
the zone.
mixtape is amazing. And obviously, I don't know when this episode's coming out per se, but listen to Big Sean's most recent album, which at the time will be a newer album, and just realize that Big Sean's been in the game for a long, long time, and he's never let up. He's never really gone into like a weird zone. He's just been consistent with dropping great projects. And the stuff he did with Janae Aiko, I don't know how long ago that was. It must be about 8-9 years ago.
2088.
Yeah. That stuff is amazing too. And I'm not sure if they're together or if they're just like have a baby. Oh, okay. That stuff's amazing. So Big Sean's one of those artists that's like, we could do a whole What Happened To series, but I think we know what happened to Big Sean. Kanye happened to Big Sean, unfortunately.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
It's that, but also I think it's just he didn't put out music. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously he had his reasons, but he still could have put out music. Like Wayne had like trials and tribulations with certain like labels or owners, or whatever, but he still put out music. So I think if he was more consistent, like he mentioned in one of his interviews recently with Charlemagne, I think it wouldn't be this big three talk without him being in it. You know what I mean? But I personally think this is just for me. So before you guys all get your guns out, if we're talking big three, I would say for me it would be Sean, Drake, and J. Cole.
Why is Drake in that three, man?
Wait, sorry, where's Kendrick in this?
Why is Drake in the three?
Yeah, no, where's Kendrick? When I heard Drake, I said,
can't leave
Drake?
Kendrick out, man.
Drake?
Okay,
Even after the beat's been decided,
cannot leave Kendrick out, man.
I can.
No, that's
decided.
wild. That's wild. That is that is. I can't.
That's for me.
I can't be comfortable.
I'll tell you what. It's all from.
Lil's got a weird case. Why is he around?
It's all from bias, honestly, because I don't listen to Kendrick as much as Sean, Drake, and J. Cole.
That's true. I'll give you that.
That's the reason. Why would I pick Kendrick if I don't listen to him?
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. You're entitled to that opinion there. But
you know what I'm saying?
My current
But
view
you only
on
need
that
to
is,
just put Good Kid, Mad City on, and it just trumps all of them. I'm sorry. It literally trumps all of them.
If we're gonna be honest, Drake, why does every conversation revolve around Drake in his podcast? Drake has 2 or 3 good albums that are amazing.
You just start blanking his name out.
Are you guys fucking delusional? Like, hold on.
The last few projects from Drake have not been good. You know they.
Why are you acting like Drake is some next scrub? Stop it.
Stop
it. He is like he's the fucking leader in this shit right now. Stop the bullshit. Stop the bullshit.
We're not saying that.
Cut the shit.
But we're being honest.
If you don't like him, that's fine.
No. It's not that I don't like him. Drake's in my top, but the thing is, Drake hasn't released a good project since Views. That's in my opinion. That's why.
Fair enough.
Man, it's longer.
Lil Wayne he's released so much shit. He's released so much shit, Lil Wayne, but he's still one of the greatest rappers.
Yeah.
Let's be real. Michael Jordan went to the Wizards and played like shit.
Yeah.
But he's still Michael Jordan.
That is actually
let's stop the bullshit.
You got a fair point. But to bring the conversation back to where it's meant to be, Big Sean is definitely one of the still active rappers that is should be in the top 5 conversation at least. Because you can look at other rappers that you would want to put in the top 5 that are still going and they ain't dropping nothing that's doing anything. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, we're getting excited off of one line, whereas with Big Sean, it's whole songs and hopefully come Friday, whole projects. So it'll be interesting to see where the kind of hype machine gets to for Big Sean, because the last big song he had was either I Don't Fuck With You or the Bounce Back song he had a couple years ago.
This is what I'm thinking. When was his last big track? Like,
don't know. I think it was I Don't Fuck With You, but that still plays nowadays. It plays at every sports arena.
Was pretty big.
Yeah, it's one of those songs that's gone.
It's
gone past kind of the hip hop sphere and is in the mainstream.
Yeah,
and I think
that's
the kind of crowd.
It's because it was dissing Ariana Grande though. So the whole pop scene got involved too.
Oh no. I didn't even know you had a piece of Ariana Grande. Ariana Grande is horrible.
What?
Oh,
I didn't know that.
Because it's for me. As soon as she was with Mac, I just deleted her whole poetry from before. Do you know what
Oh,
I mean?
really?
Yeah.
like she's a cake.
Yeah. Everyone had a piece of Ariana. Them times were crazy. I'm thinking about. There's one picture I remember of them 2 kissing. I was just a bit like, this ain't looking right. Do you know what I mean?
I'm not gonna lie, it was a madness. I can't lie. I was
They looked like
surprised.
2 teenagers together, even though they were deep into their 20s. I'm looking at pictures now. They look like high school sweethearts. You should look at what I'm looking at. They look like high school sweethearts, and they
You have to
genuinely.
share the screen, man.
I am.
didn't see the
Don't worry
picture.
about it.
No, I don't think.
Lord.
I feel like he always looked like too old for her, man. I feel like he was the
He
older.
looked too old. Wait till you see what I'm seeing.
Okay, go ahead.
Hey, oh my god.
They look like high school sweethearts. Look at them.
Yeah, I see you mean that pictures. Yeah,
They don't look right together, man. They bear in mind, these people are like 24, 25 there.
They don't look like adults. You're right.
No, they don't.
Look at this.
Weird.
Oh my
Yeah.
days.
Anyway.
no, that's cap. That was when she was at Nickelodeon still.
No, it's not.
That's cap. That's when she was at Nickelodeon. That's when she was
No, it's not.
That's cap. That's
That's
when she was at
don't look
Nickelodeon.
right, you know.
Why has he got the Neo hat on? What's going on here, bro?
Oh, stop it, man.
Look at this. Is the
Let
picture
them
I'm
know,
talking
yeah.
about. I was like, nah, this. I don't know. Those were the times, though. Those are the good times.
That's some sex education shit. Like,
Oh no, that said bigger. Wow. Anyway,
I don't know how we got here.
yeah.
Don't know how
Well,
we got here.
Big
Well,
Sean's
big up to Big Sean, man.
yeah, Big Sean's a great rapper, and I'm glad that someone brought him up here. So, just to kind of recap where we've been at, we've gone from hip hop royalty of Biggie Smalls to me with Tyler, which is like the new kind of not the new kid on the block, but the new kind of wave, the new guy, from my opinions, running with the flag. Then we had Lupe, which is kind of modern hip hop royalty, if that makes sense. Like everyone would respect him, but he's not really popped off in the same regard. Like I'm sure newer listeners would not have listened to Lupe Fiasco. And then now we've come kind of full circle for somebody who is from, when I say back then, I mean the early 2010s or the mid 2000s, and still going now with Big Sean. And Theo is trying to cheat and do a series of stuff. I don't know what the series is, but yeah, talk us through your hip hop agent.
The series is obvious. I know Kieran knows the series. The series is obvious, man. We're going for hip hop royalty again. So the series, this guy had a bit of a. He started off really, really well in his career, and then he got into an altercation with another rapper. Kind of won that beef, but then his career kind of just mediocre. He wasn't releasing good music, and he was getting forgotten about. And then he reunited with someone, and it was like Goku and Vegeta, like reunited. There's Nas and Hit Boy, and it's the King's Disease series, because that is even though I know King's Disease 3 is only 1 year ago. If you go back to King's Disease 1, I'm sorry, that still sounding phenomenal, and we have to give shout out to Nas, man, because I'm sorry if we've got someone that can convert someone like Sam, who was a straight out Nas hater, but now he's a Nas lover.
I'm going to see Nas live next week. Well, not next week, week after next.
There we go, man. If you go and listen, to that,
it's at a
King's
festival.
Disease,
It's at a festival. I'm seeing Loyal Kana and Nas. Sorry,
yeah, it's a Loyal Kana festival, isn't it? Yeah. But if you listen to that from King's Disease 1 all the way to King's Disease 3, and you go back, you actually realize, oh my God, how phenomenal this work was. Like some of the stuff that Nas was doing, he was properly revitalized. Hit Boy with some of these beats are iconic, like Legit. Thun is a classic beat. Obviously, there's so many different moments. Nas is like Ultra Black, 10 Bands, The Cure. Man, I can list flipping loads of songs from this series. I just think this.
Just for reference as well, it's not just the King's Disease series; it's the Magic series as well that brought me into this whole like loving Nas thing. King's Disease 1, not feeling it too much. King's Disease 2 was all right, but Magic, and then all the Magics after that, and King's Disease is after that. So I think it's just sorry to kind of steal your thing here, but I think it's the Nas and Hit Boy era. Do you know what I mean? The Nas and Hit Boy era.
Yeah, you can throw all 6 albums in there. If you're bringing the Magic series in as well, Speechless, honestly.
Yeah, it's too much. It's too much. But keep it to one series, isn't it? But I was thinking, he was dropping so incessantly that you actually couldn't appreciate it at the time.
Exactly. That's what I mean.
We were trying our best to take it in. So I rate the idea that it is something that will age well. And it has
I'm looking at the Magic 2 on my
Spotify,
and I've liked every single song except for the intro. Do you know what I mean? Every song. So 10 songs out of 11 I've liked. That is very uncommon.
The intro with the 50, is that got the 50 Cent verse, or am I misremembering?
That's Magic 2.
Office Hours.
That's the one with the 50.
Yeah.
But is that the intro?
No.
No.
The intro is just him talking, I think.
All right, no, sorry, keep going.
But like
No,
I
I'm
said,
just
you
saying,
have to
this-
chuck it in there. Because I was going to say, he dropped 3 albums last year. He dropped King's Disease 3, Magic 2, and Magic 3. Like, it was just drop after drop after drop, to the point where you can't, like, sit down and just truly appreciate this body of work that he was producing. And when I went back,
insane,
it was
you know.
just
That's actually
unbelievable. And this is
insane.
coming from a 50-year-old who's been in the game for 30 years. And when you actually deep the level of artistry that he's putting in is actually phenomenal. That someone who's been in this game for 30 years still has this much to talk about. And you've got songs like Beef, like he's still being creative. He can talk about like beef as a topic and a subject. And then there's My Bible, when he has the 3 references between like men, women, children. He's still being this creative. And then there's a third song as well that I can't remember off the top of my head now. Like Ultra Black, where he's talking about like he's celebrating black culture and he's just referencing everything that's black that gives into the culture. He's been that creative after spending that long in the game. I just think it's phenomenal. I just think it's phenomenal. And this lived the test of time. Like, you'll go back 20 years later and you're going to think, oh my goodness me, this guy who's 50 years old has been able to produce 6 albums in the space of 4 years and has produced iconic moments.
This
it's
is
just
what I was
incredible.
hoping Jay-Z would be doing, but Jay-Z hasn't got it like Nas does. And it's a shame that they had that whole beef way back when and they've rekindled it now on that DJ Khaled track of all tracks. But I thought Jay-Z would be like this. I thought Jay-Z loved rapping this much, but it's clear that Nas loves rapping this much, and it's taken him 30 years to produce his best work. Now, this is someone who's not a Nas fan per se. Obviously, I appreciate Illmatic. I appreciate It Was Written. Those are good albums. They're all right. But past that, he was in a low spot. And now, arguably, he's at the top. Well, I say the top of the game. He's at the top of his own game, which is interesting to kind of say, because he's not competing with anybody, because no one can compete with him, because everybody knows who Nas is.
But didn't Jay-Z do a Nas before Nas did this, like with 444?
Yeah, but that's one album. That's one album. This is 6.
Nas responded with 6
albums. Yeah.
But this is why do we always do that? Why do we say like, Nas responded? It's like we still think that like they're.
I'm sorry. But no, they are on. Put Thun on right now, and then you like when he says like he's like listening to like he's reciting the lyrics to Takeover. And then he's like, I'm still thinking of going back to him. Like, when you got lines like that, he's flipping iconic, man. You're like just wanting to go
Can I just
mental.
say, Theo,
either Thun or Michael and Quincy. Michael and Quincy still makes me get gas to this day. To this day, I still go off to that beat, to that song. That song makes me hype. I want to smash up the room every time I hear that drop. Every time.
The whip.
Wait, hold on. What song is this? Sorry.
Michael and Quincy.
Swerving, crash the whip.
Unbelievable.
Put it on, man. Put it on.
Yeah, put Michael and Quincy on instead of
heard it,
Thun.
man.
Yeah, this is just
I can't lie,
phenomenal.
man. I need the gas. I feel like
Can I
crashing
just,
a whip
can
when
I
I hear
just say,
that.
Theo's coming prophetic with it. Like I can imagine people listening to the Grey Area in 10 years' time being like, Theo said this.
The Grey Area, they knew what they were doing.
Well, the other one is Rare as well, right?
That's it. Rare is classic. It's just unbelievable.
The way he performed that at the Grammys as well, flawlessly. It's just
that's
Do
what
you
I
still
mean.
want Michael Quincy, or is the rant
unbelievable.
done? Like, I'm confused.
No, put Michael and
to-
Quincy on. That song is unbelievable,
Okay.
man.
Show Neil the beat switch. This
Yeah, all right. I'm surprised no one's listened to this. Neil's normally quite good with listening to music, but I guess this slipped out of his realm. So you see when Nas is dropping stuff like that, yeah? When he's dropping stuff like that, I had to get back in line with what was going on, because I was like, wait, Nas is actually hard. Do you know what I mean? Like, my biggest gripe with Nas was his beat selection, and all of these projects, the beats are flawless. Beat switches are always a gas, but in that case, he went from boom bap to like drill stuff, and it's like, the bars are flawless, everything's about it's flawless. Yeah.
impeccable taste.
Yeah, because I'll never forget how you got gassed at Abracadabra. Remember when you and Kieran were telling me to get on that because I was slow? You said, yeah, look, Magic 2's dropped. And Abracadabra, I was like, what the hell am I hearing, man? I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
Hit Boy was phenomenal during that
Different
series.
To take it away from the series, yeah, Nas is one of those people where it's like, you know how people say like wine gets better with age or whatever else, you know, that it's a 10-year vintage, it's way better. That's what Nas is like right now. It's like I'm seeing all of the ability he had when he started out in the 90s and then where it kind of dropped in the 2000s and he had a few songs, but it's like now every song he drops is like instant classic. And it's not even me being one of those people that's just saying instant classic. It's like these projects are crazy, the storytelling's crazy, the bars are hard. you can't deny that this guy's, you know, one of the best people to have ever done this thing that we call rap and hip hop.
Facts.
Shit, man, you've been converted so hard.
Yeah,
like-
that's what I'm saying, man.
I can't
That's
not
what
be
I'm saying.
I can't believe it's you saying this.
Trust me, exactly.
Theo, do
What?
you know what you've done as well?
What's
You've just
that?
created an episode that's going to age well. You know that? I'm making this pick.
We've made an episode that's gonna come out of the archives in the future when we get too bored to like re-record. It's like, listen, let's rebroadcast this one, see if they were really locked in, and then, you know what I mean, once the listeners are in the
Lupe
millions.
Fiasco.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that brings us to the closing question, which does hip hop age well? I think the artists age better than the music. Certain artists' music, obviously, where they've been cut off for, you know, lack of being on this current realm, this current earthly realm, their music has aged well. But certain artists, the ones who are the best, they might take a little while to get going, but once they get going, you can't stop them. And Nas, for me, is proof of that. Big Sean is proof of that. I think Big Sean's due to come back in a big way. I think Lupe as well. Lupe's about to get some shine from the real hip hop heads. I don't know if he's ever going to go mainstream again.
Gets, though. What
Well,
about
Gets as well.
though?
I was going to get to all
Come
those
on.
stuff.
He's
Yeah.
aged
I was going to
so
get
well.
to Gets.
Sorry.
That's basically
I just
half
had to
his
say,
name is
man,
saying
shout
get
out
to.
UK rappers.
Yeah, the UK is having a great time. We wish we heard more from artists like Kano and Wretch, but
Facts.
realistically,
Oh man, Kano.
the thing is
aged
with UK
so
rap,
well.
where it's at right now, if you go back and listen to the old stuff, you might get lost because you'll be like, what are they talking about? And why is it so violent? But it's like, it's lyrical exercises, it's flows, it's storytelling, it's a whole bunch of stuff wrapped up into one. So I think we're overdue more projects like what's that first Gets project that we all loved? What's it called?
Conflict.
Yeah.
Conflict of interest.
Conflict of interest. We're overdue those great kind of classic UK albums, and it's like we want to look at the golden era of hip hop from way back when, which is the 90s, 2000s, that type of period. I think we're in that period now for the UK. Like this decade, the 2020s, compared to the 2010s and the 90s of the US is where we're at now. And I don't know, what do you guys think about hip hop aging well? What's your kind of opinions?
I feel the same about hip hop as I do music in general. I think a lot of music comes in phases. There are periods of time in which you have styles and trends, and because of that, a lot of music doesn't age particularly well. But then there's always artists, songs, albums that rise to the top and stand the test of time. So, because I think sometimes hip hop, not so much these days, but I know in the past it used to get kind of labelled as this lesser art form, and for that reason that, you know, the music wouldn't particularly age well. But I think it is across the board. You listen to some great bands from the 60s, 70s, rock and roll, like it's not gonna hit the same as it does now, because that's just the way it works. That's just the way art works, you know. But every now and then you will get, like I say, an artist, a song, an album, whatever, that will continue to resonate with the generations, and hip hop's exactly the same. That's how I feel.
Yeah, I think we're in that period as well where certain kids are coming up and finding out, you know, what kind of music they're into, and they're going to stumble across some of the projects or artists we've mentioned and then go, why didn't this guy get more shine? Oh, you know what I mean? It's much like how we look back at certain rappers like Big Pun, Big L, and go, you know, okay, obviously they're not with us anymore, but it's like, damn, why were people really fucking with them back then? It's like they were, but they just never got that mainstream appeal, and maybe a few projects more they would have got mainstream appeal. But luckily for us, these artists are still going and they're still active, all of them except for B.I.G.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Yeah. Neil, you got anything to add? What makes hip hop age well for you?
I think it's just the kind of possibilities you can do with hip hop and the kind of different sounds you can bring, and it's evolved so much over the years, and so many artists have shown where they can take it, and yeah, it does definitely age well. I think from the older stuff to some of the newer stuff, like B.I.G still getting played. Do you know what I mean? Seeing our reactions to some of the songs, it just shows you that it ages really well, and the new generation are catching on as well, which is great to see. And you're seeing something the new generation take from what we was listening to. You know what I mean? It's kind of like it's just like how history repeats itself. How the hip hop creators at the time took from their predecessors. We're seeing that now, you know what I mean? And it's a beautiful thing to see. So, yeah, I think it's going to age well. But I do like what Sean said when he mentioned about, he put it quite well when he's saying how not everyone will listen to hip hop how we listen to it, let's say 50 years in time. But there will be a few standouts that will stand that test of time. And I think we mentioned a few of them today. So to answer the question, yeah, it does age well, but not all of it will make the cut. And I think it's our job as enthusiasts and as and lovers of this genre to carry that flame and pass it on to our kids, our friends, you know what I mean? And then, yeah.
I do have a question to pose though, which is like, you know, in this saturation period, definitely before COVID was building up, we were highly saturated with music. I feel like we're getting back into that now, and I'm thinking, is the music that's dropping these days going to stand the test of time actually as well?
We'll have to see in 3 years' time we do this episode again. Shall we? We'll have to do the time capsule.
Well, yeah, I think the problem is a lot of people are trying to make music for the now, and they're trying to catch the liquid, the viral sensation, and trying to catch the 10 seconds of attentions of people rather than getting the quality and real kind of quality content out, which it does work a lot of the times, but it's not going to last that long. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, it hasn't been that long, but we know Ice Spice.
I knew that name was coming out, and I had the exact remedy for that. I had the exact remedy for that. Nicki Minaj is not the same as Ice Spice, but people are relating the two because of the styles of music. Nicki Minaj is a fantastic rapper, and it shows by the projects she's dropped over this time. Whereas Ice Spice, I will not be thinking or talking about Ice Spice in 10 years' time.
No.
But
I can't wait for it to end.
Because of that Barbie song, Ice Spice is now part of Nicki Minaj's legacy, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, I get that. I completely get that. But yeah, someone like Ice Spice, we're not checking for her in 10 years' time. Like, we ain't checking for her now, but in terms of like, it's not going to be a thing like that. You know what I mean? It's just not.
I don't remember which one of you lot said it, but you lot were saying like, how much bum can she shake? Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm tired of seeing.
Oh, that was me, Megan Thee Stallion. Okay, you know what? Since we're on that, you know what? I'm gonna say something. I need to apologize to Megan Thee Stallion.
Yeah, because she's listening, obviously.
Because yeah, I think I mentioned her in Paul Tate's because I was talking about Tory Lanez and his new tapes coming up, and that's amazing what he's doing. And I didn't have to bring up her situation with him at all. I don't necessarily like all the music she's doing, but that's just my preference. Her music's not all the way for me, and it's from other people. She's doing great. She's making money. She went through something, and she's still on top doing world tours. So I can only big her up, man. Respect. So I was just caught up in the moment of the hype of the podcast.
It happens, Neil. We've all been there.
Yeah.
It's a wild shit over here.
So don't send no goons to me. Don't send the booty clappers my way.
Oh no, is that Ray J quote? I got the booty goons. Pull up to your bumper. Yeah, I tell you what. I think we're in a weird stage right now, though, Kieran. To answer your question, where a lot of what we're listening to now is maybe for the moment, but I think I have one example of a UK artist who is gonna live forever, just because of how iconic one of his songs is. Pot of Paper, that song Purpose, yeah. Anybody who goes to prison, I've never been to prison, by the way. Anyone who goes to prison or has some kind of struggle or that kind of life, Purpose by Pot of Paper is like, it's gonna lift you up. In the same way Higher was lifting us up. Purpose is one of those songs where it's like, any kind of hardship you're going through, it will take you out of that. And the beat's hard, and Pot of Paper's talking absolutely amazingly. And I think what's weird, obviously because he's white, and you know what I'm like about white rappers, but Pot of Paper is an example of an artist that's going to age well. Hopefully. Gangsta Writers as well. All those songs will be brought up for me in 5-10 years' time if you want to talk about rap music and who's been pushing the craft forward.
He's Irish, though. Different white.
I don't even know if that counts.
Is he like Algerian?
Yeah, I was about to say,
Irish
when he said he was Irish, I was going
to
to come with the facts. No, he's got some type of heritage. I think he's African in some way. Yeah, he's got Algerian.
He's Algerian.
White.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, he's British, obviously.
God.
it's getting far-reaching now.
I still can't get over that Mark Morrison's from Leicester. I am like, I cannot get over this, man.
He's hard.
And he was signed to Death Row.
This is what I'm saying. We've been on top for a long time. I guess you didn't know, but we did.
I hate it. Oh.
But yeah,
That was a
I think to kind of close
Okay.
up the conversation in a nice way, hip hop is aging well. Some of the stuff from the 90s and the early 2000s is still sitting well with all of us. And it will have to be revisited in a couple of years' time when we do this again and be like, was the stuff from the 2020s any good, or were we just kind of hyped for it? But I'm sure there's artists like Griselda, well, I say artists, groups like Griselda, where we'll look back at some of their stuff and go, that's crazy. Like even now, I was just saying that Conway, Westside, Benny, they've all got great stuff. And I think Mac Hommy's on a trajectory as well to make music that will go
Oh, yes.
into that hip hop time capsule and come out
I'll
and
give
be
you 3 albums.
yeah.
Pray for Paris is
It's gonna be
one.
amazing.
3 albums that will age well. Simbi,
Oh, yeah, okay.
Oh
Early
yeah,
Sims,
facts. Yeah.
Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers,
Uh,
and Maps by Billy Woods. That's my
Oh,
favorite.
Maps is a
for
good
sure.
pick.
Maps is
That's a
incredible.
good pick.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Maps is-
that's a bit off the cuff. I couldn't think of albums now to mention per se.
That's a
I could
hard
definitely think of
question,
songs.
Yeah, that is a
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
hard
You
question.
guys are gonna
No,
hate
go
me.
on, do it.
What's it? Yeah, let's hear.
Nothing was the same.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Detroit. I'm still going with Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
And the next one, I'm gonna say,
Hot Girl Summer.
no, you're funny. I was gonna go. You're funny. Funny, nah. I'm stuck between either Watch the Throne
Oh yeah, come on now. Watch the
Watch the
Throne.
Throne's already up there.
Kanye, or Kanye Graduation, but
Now, watch the
Oh,
Frozen.
Graduation
I'll
will
tell you
live the
why.
test
Any
time,
song that
man.
gets used in like film trailers all the time, like I hear no Church in the Wild all the time. Like,
Yeah,
human beings and
all the
I'm
time.
God to a
Literally.
king.
All the time.
It's gone.
Man,
It's gone. It's already.
Like,
It's
it
already.
somehow became a 10 out of 10. I
Oh,
can't.
it is.
I used to just gas it because of the live performances, but the album is actually
that
just
album's
hard.
crazy.
No,
It's
the album's
unbelievable.
phenomenal.
Okay.
The album is incredible.
Seeing as I'm on the spot, yeah, I am going to mention something that's maybe a bit left field, but Earl Sweatshirt's last 2 projects, so Voir Dire and the one before that one, I forgot what that's called.
Yeah, they're good.
Voir
Sick
Dire,
a
I'm
lot.
with you. Yeah.
Those projects are crazy, and I'd also like to throw in. This is a weird pick, yeah, but you have to kind of stick with me on this one. I want to throw in artists like Caliucci's, which is not hip hop, but she's hip hop adjacent. I think she's making some of the best music to come out right now.
Yeah.
So Caliucci's
sure,
will look
nice,
back on.
I like
Her
it.
first song that I heard was about being like a cigarette or something like that. I don't remember, but that album or that project's still good, and she's still been going for the last 8, 9, maybe coming on 10 years. So yeah, Caliucci's and Earl's last projects, people will listen to those and go, "Wow, what was I missing out on?"
I don't think Caliucci gets anywhere near enough love. I think I said it at the start of the year, like after her most recent album. Like, if you really think about it, if you look at her catalogue, there's not many like artists in the sort of R&B space, whatever. I don't know. I don't like boxing people in, but her last like 3, 4, 5 projects even, brilliant.
Oh, they're all
Let's just
fantastic.
sliding someone else in there. J Hus. J Hus has had some good projects and some good songs.
yes.
Oh, yeah,
J Hus will go
has.
down as one of
Conspiracy.
the greats of UK rap culture.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has anyone else got any more before we try to close this off?
I think on Boldy James and Alchemist projects, them ones are.
Oh,
Alchemist will go
Alchemist
down
is
as well
unbelievable.
with a lot of the stuff he's
Too
been
serious.
doing.
Any Alchemist project, really
Yeah.
and truly,
it's
right?
true.
100%. Any more before we get out of here?
Oh, Konnichiwa. I mentioned it off the pod, but Konnichiwa Skepta.
Yeah.
That if you really want to know, like, how to hear that UK sound and get a real essence of that kind of grime rap.
Was that our biggest
Boy,
blockbuster
better.
album? I actually think it was.
I think it was.
such
That
a
was his.
massive
That was
moment.
his moment. That was his
It was.
big
I
moment.
feel like it was crazy. Like everyone was waiting for that album for years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
big.
Oh,
Yeah, there was a lot of anticipation. I remember he was like playing shows over in New York and places like that
Yeah.
before
Yeah.
the album even dropped, just handing out CDs. Like it was like, yeah, it was an amazing time. I remember when he did the show in Shoreditch as well.
Oh, that was.
I was at uni at the time. And there was just like a
That
pop-up
Yes.
show, and it went off.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And what I loved about it, he went back to the old school look.
Yeah,
The kind of old school
Oh,
grime,
yeah.
He had like
garage
a
look.
white
he had
tracksuit on the whole
the
time.
nightcap,
Yeah, it's
the
fire.
Nike like cap, the bended brim, like everything, man.
but
Yeah,
the
it was like,
crossover
okay.
as well, like It Ain't Safe and the
Yeah.
Pharrell track and all that.
He made it worldwide.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's really captured that like Skepta has, the crossover between here and
He had the
and
ASAP.
US.
He had the ASAP Rocky kind of not co-sign, but like
Yes.
collab.
Oi, that
And
was-
that is what
yeah.
made that
I
song
just-
palatable for
Yes.
both audiences.
Praise the Lord.
And people
But
could
I-
enjoy the UK bits in and around because they were bouncing between each other so much. So if you like the song, then you don't really care about who sounds like what. It's not like a whole verse is really sticking to you. It's like they were one in the same together there. So yeah, no, you're definitely right with that one. I also want to throw in Vince. I think Vince's self-titled album is going to age amazingly.
Yeah, definitely.
I genuinely believe
course,
that.
yeah.
I've got
we
someone
need
to
that.
add as well, man. That we need to mention. Hoodies All Summer will stand the test of time. That album's
Oh,
Yeah, that's already a
please.
classic.
I think
That's already a classic. We
I
ain't
think
gotta talk about that.
that's UK number one
I
greatest,
swear
the
it's
greatest
just us
UK
that talks
hip-hop,
about this stuff, man.
right now. Honestly, that album is
Grey
phenomenal.
area
It is.
certified, isn't it?
Yeah, we need to
honestly.
get some
Number
kind of
one
badge.
UK
Greatest
album.
UK
We need
rap
to start a blog with a badge, but this is grey area certified top tier
Yeah,
content.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, no. Yeah, well, there's so many projects now we're thinking about it that will stand the test of time. I think Dave's still got it in him to make a project that will age well. I don't think he's done it just yet. He's got songs that will age well, but I don't know if he's got a whole project that will age well. So we'll see about that.
Oh, man,
but
you know, them podcasts are still gonna be there, though.
Oh,
oh
no.
no.
Sorry.
On that low note,
Really
let's end it there.
negative.
But yeah, jump in the Spotify comments. If you listen to all an hour plus of this and you're not jumping in the comments, you're stupid. You're a jabroni and you're getting on my fucking nerves. Talk in there and we'll talk back.
Hey, this is Sean, and thanks for listening to another episode of The Grey Area. Are you an upcoming artist, critic, journalist, or content creator? Hit us up on our Discord or in our YouTube comments if you want to share new music, take part in an interview, or are interested in collaborating. Links to these can be found in the show notes. Take care.